The longest song in the world was not written by a human. It has no words, no instruments. It can last for 30 minutes without ever repeating, and it can be sung, without stopping, for nearly a full day. It travels across entire oceans, thousands of miles through the cold and the dark. And the creature singing it has been performing for millions of years, long before the first human ever hummed a single note. This is the song of the humpback whale. And once you understand what is hidden inside it, the ocean will never sound the same again. Listen for a moment. That sound is not random. It is not noise. It is not an animal simply crying out. That is a song, with structure, with rhythm, with rules as strict as any symphony ever written by a human hand. And we are only just beginning to understand what it means. Every winter, in the warm breeding waters of the world's oceans, the male humpback whales begin to sing. Not a few simple calls. Not grunts and clicks. Long, looping, haunting compositions that can stretch far beyond half an hour, and then begin again, and again, and again, for hours on end without rest. A single whale can sing through the entire night. In 1967, two scientists named Roger and Katie Payne recorded these sounds and did something nobody had done before. They slowed the recordings down. They drew them out on paper. And what they saw stunned them. Because the whales were not just making sound. They were building music. When the Paynes released an album of these recordings, called Songs of the Humpback Whale, it became a sensation, and it helped launch the entire movement to save the whales from extinction. The world heard the ocean sing, and the world changed its mind. But the deeper scientists looked, the stranger it became. Because the song is structured exactly the way human music is. The smallest pieces are individual sounds, called units, like single notes. Those units combine into phrases. The phrases repeat to form themes, like the verses of a song. And those themes, performed in a fixed order, build the complete song. Layers nested inside layers, the very same architecture a human composer uses to build a symphony. Researchers even discovered that whales appear to use rhyme. They repeat similar patterns at the ends of their phrases, and many believe this is a memory trick, the same one human poets and singers have always used, to hold on to a song far too long to remember any other way. Think about that. A wild animal, alone in the open ocean, using the tools of a poet. But here is where it stops being merely amazing, and becomes almost impossible to believe. Every male humpback in the same population sings the same song. Not a similar song. The exact same one. Note for note, theme for theme. Thousands of whales, all performing one shared composition. And that song is never frozen. It is always, slowly, changing. Over a single season, the entire population updates the melody together, and every single whale keeps up, in perfect sync, as though they are all tuned to the very same radio station beneath the waves. And then, every few years, something extraordinary happens. A brand new song appears. Usually it begins in the west, near the coast of Australia. And it spreads eastward, across thousands of miles of open ocean. From one population to the next, past whale to whale, until an entire ocean basin, all the way to French Polynesia, is singing a brand new hit. Scientists have a name for this. They call them song revolutions. It is, quite literally, the largest cultural trend on the entire planet. A chart-topping hit sweeping across the sea, and not a single human being can hear it, unless we lower a microphone into the deep and listen in on a world that was never meant for us. So what are they singing about? The honest answer is that we still do not fully know. We believe the song is tied to breeding. A way for males to display themselves, to compete with rivals, to attract a mate. But that explanation does not cover everything. It does not explain why the song is so endlessly, beautifully complex. It does not explain why it must constantly change. It does not explain how thousands of whales copy one another so perfectly across an entire ocean. What we are listening to is not just instinct. It is culture. Learned, shared, passed between individuals and across generations. Something we once arrogantly believed belonged to humans alone. These animals have traditions. They have trends. They have, in their own way, a music history that is still being written. And buried inside that history is one single voice that has haunted scientists and millions of ordinary people for more than 30 years. In 1989, a network of listening stations in the Pacific Ocean, originally built by the Navy to track enemy submarines, picked up something strange. It was a whale call. But it was at the wrong frequency. Most blue whales call at around 10 to 40 hertz, so low that human ears cannot hear it at all. But this one was singing at 52 hertz. Higher. Stranger. A voice unlike any other whale ever recorded in the sea. Year after year, they followed it. The same lonely, 52 hertz call, wandering thousands of miles across the Pacific, season after season, always traveling alone, never crossing paths with others of its kind. And here is the part that captured the heart of the entire world. Many came to believe that at 52 hertz, this whale may be singing in a voice that other whales simply do not answer. Calling out, year after year, decade after decade, into the vast and freezing dark. And hearing nothing come back. The newspapers called it the loneliest whale in the world. Now, we have to be honest here, the way good science is honest. We do not know for certain that this whale is truly alone. We do not know that others cannot hear it. It may even be a hybrid of two different species, which could explain its unusual voice. The scientist who tracked it for years was careful never to call it lonely. And yet the story spread across the world anyway, and reached millions, for one simple, human reason. We understand it. Every one of us understands the quiet fear of pouring your heart out, of singing the truest song you have, and wondering if anywhere out there, anyone at all is listening. So what does the whale's song really hide? Not just biology. Not just science. It hides connection, an entire ocean of voices calling to one another across distances we can barely imagine, through total darkness. It hides culture, songs that travel and change and spread, exactly like the music that we make. And it hides something that feels almost unbearably human. The need to be heard. The next time you stand at the edge of the sea, and you look out at that calm and silent surface, remember what is happening just beneath it. The longest, oldest, strangest song on earth is still playing. It has been playing all along. We simply had to learn how to listen. This is what music hides. If the song of a whale could move you like this, wait until you hear the secrets hidden inside the music you already know. Watch one of our composer decodes next. And subscribe, because the world is overflowing with music we were never meant to hear, and we are only just getting started.